Welcome back to Faith, Fire, Frequency. If you've been listening for a while, you may notice something different this season. Season 1, we explored leadership pressure, responsibility, capacity, communication, and weight. But over the last several months, I've found myself asking a different question. What if leadership isn't where the pressure starts? What if leadership is simply where the pressure becomes visible? Because the more leaders I work with, the more I see the very same thing. The exhaustion isn't random. The conflict isn't random. The communication breakdowns aren't random. The authority struggles aren't random. The organizational dependency isn't random. And the pressure isn't random. There are patterns underneath all of it. Patterns that most people can feel, but patterns that few people can name. And when you can't name the pattern, you can't change the pattern. You simply continue living inside of it. This season is about bringing those patterns into the light. Not leadership tactics, not communication tips, not even productivity strategies. Pattern revelations. We are talking about the invisible patterns beneath the leadership, the hidden patterns beneath performance, authority, communication, control, exhaustion, relationships, decision making, success, and your identity. Because most of the pressure leaders experience today didn't begin in their calendar. It didn't begin in their organization, and it did not begin in their workload. In fact, it began long before that pressure ever became visible. And until we learn to see the pattern, we'll continue trying to solve the symptoms. That's why this season is different. We're going deeper. Again, we're going deeper this season. We are moving beneath what's visible. We are translating invisible pressure into visible patterns. Not to just create more awareness, but to create more recalibration. Because once you can see a pattern, you have a choice. You can continue operating from it, or you can begin changing it. So over the next 12 episodes, we're going to explore some of the most common patterns that I see in high capacity leaders. Patterns that quietly create pressure. Patterns that create dependency. Patterns that create exhaustion. Patterns that keep leaders carrying more than they were ever meant to carry. And my hope is that somewhere along the way, you'll hear yourself in these conversations. Not because something is wrong with you, but because for the very first time, you'll be able to see what has been operating underneath the surface all along. Season isn't about becoming a better leader. This season is about becoming aware of the patterns shaping the way you lead. Because awareness creates choice, but choice creates recalibration. And recalibration changes everything. So welcome to season 2. Let's begin.